Hey friend, here's a sweet little bench and table and chair set I'm going to refinish. I do love this little bench. I just thought we need to spruce it up a little bit and bring it back to life. Although it's already adorable, it just needed a few things done to it. Many of these wooden plugs were missing, and I decided to take them all out and fill them all in. And interestingly, underneath of the seat, I actually found this inscription that this was handmade by Doug for Christmas, and I thought that was a pretty neat little touch. So this was a handmade gift for someone circa 1989. So a fun little over 30-year later facelift that it's gonna get. I just did a quick wipe down to make sure everything was really clean to prep it for the paint, and I also taped off where I didn't want the paint. Someday I'm going to do a comparison video of these two to show you the difference, but there is a difference. One is a synthetic shellac primer and the other one is the naturally occurring shellac primer. So always go with the natural. It's a little more expensive, but just look at this coverage. So it's a really great product. If you've been flipping furniture for any length of time, I'm sure you've heard about it. And I didn't know if the synthetic was going to be as good as the natural. It is not, in my experience. So it is a little bit more cost to get the natural shellac, and I will tell you it is worth it. It does a great job as a primer. I was afraid this wood particularly would bleed through some tannins, and it did not with this shellac primer. It's worth a few more bucks, I promise. So first of all, I decided the inside is going to be the natural wood, and the rest of it is going to be a chalk paint, the linen white chalk paint, which I love. And that is going to go on right after this shellac primer base. I actually bought this bench for myself many years ago at a thrift store when my firstborn was tiny, and we just decided after rambunctious little brother that we needed to move it along because he kept trying to hide in it during hide and seek, which scared Mama a lot. And now for the table and chair set, which is going to go right along with this bench, which has its first coat of primer on. We are going to sand down and wipe down and then use the primer on these. And here's the bench with the next coat of paint on. It's looking pretty good. I just had to do 2 coats for really good coverage with the chalk paint after the primer, and I also did the same thing with the table and chairs. And after the paint dried, I was able to take my hand sander and do some just really light and gentle distressing on the edges. I didn't want anything too extreme, just a really gentle distressed farmhouse look, and I thought that would be so cute on this tiny little child set of furniture. So here I just gently sand off until I see the little bit of black shining through, and after I get done with the distressing part, I will put on the top coat, which is the matte finish chalk from the chalked line from Rustoleum. And I really like it because it doesn't yellow. It really is clear. It says clear, and it is clear. So that is going to be the next step after I'm done with all of the painting. So here's a look at the finished pieces. And I actually added to the inscription so that the new owners have a little bit of history and know it was built by Doug, refinished by Lisa Kay. And even though I'm not going to meet the new owners to these because I am going to put them in a local consignment for children, I am just really excited that they're going to be loved by some sweet kiddos somewhere. And just a reminder what we started with and how it looks after this refinish.